Hello and welcome to Astar's Place. I've had a request. How do you make a rose bouquet using one of these? This is called a Posy holder and they are so great to work with. What you need to do when you get one of these is take it, put it into some water and just leave it until the bubbles stop rising to the surface. Take a towel and once all those bubbles have stopped, just give that a little dry and let that drain so that all the water's gone. Take a whole heap of roses and what you need to do with these is to cut those to about a 1.5 inch stem length like so, and you need to remember to cut these on the slant like I am here. Keep going until all of those roses have been cut off. Now I can't tell you exactly how many roses you'll need to fill that because I don't know the size of your roses, but normally it's about 2 dozen or 20 roses. Roses when you buy them now come in things called a deck, which is 10. No. Anyway, right, to begin, all you need to do is to get your roses and all at the same length, push those all very firmly into your Posy holder. It's vital for this type of arrangement that all of your roses are cut to the same length. I like to start at the top and I like to work my way down to the base. Right, push those in really firmly. Right, and in here you'll notice it's got all these little grids. Stick those into those grids and those grids will help to keep it in place like so. Right, just keep going and do leave a little bit of space. If I was doing this for a wedding, what I suggest you do as well is do it 2 to 3 days before the wedding so that the roses, as you see, they're all tight and bud now. Do it a couple of days in advance of your wedding so that the roses are opening and they're at their pristine, most beautifulness. Because I see beautiful bouquets all over the place and I think, oh, what a shame they didn't do it a couple of days in advance so that the roses were all open. Okay, now, there is still quite a bit of moisture coming out of that, so just get your hand in there or your towel in there and just drain some of that water. Right, the other thing that you need to remember is because the rose, or nature has provided that rose with those little these leaves, just go around and stick some of those leaves around the outside of your design. So look how much better that looks there. Rose without leaves, not so good. Okay, taking that off there. I should have had all these cut, but I didn't. Take that off there, we don't want that bit there. Take that into there. And I think that the lovely thing about weddings these days is they are a little bit more, they're not as formal as they were. And I think that it's really nice to be able to say, I made that bouquet all on my own. Right, I just need to put that down for a minute. I don't like to actually, I like everything all cut before I start. But I was in a bit of a rush and wasn't quite thinking today, so that's okay. So I'll do it right now. So stick your leaves in like so, and then your last leaf like that. Now, just keep going until all of this little area here where you can see through the cage, the foam, keep going until you get that all covered up. And then the other thing that you can do, if you wanted to add just a little bit more variety and a little bit more movement, is getting yourself some ivy and then pushing that ivy into there like that, and then bringing that around the outside of your cage like so. And when you get to almost to the end, just cut that and just push that into there and keep going until the whole cage has been covered, just like a little wreath. And this is where you get your movement coming into your bouquet. So cut that bit there off there, like so. Now if you wanted to turn that into, oh look at that, that looks so lovely, so loose and informal and gorgeous. If you wanted to, you could add some trailing bits so that they came down like so. Look at that, just by putting that bit in there. Do you see that? Isn't that great? Look, from there to there gives the illusion of a much longer bouquet. Here's another bit. I might just put another bit into there like so, and that can just hang down like that. So now we've gone from a round posy to a trailing posy. Let me just go back and tell you that I would make this 2 to 3 days before the wedding so that the roses will all open up. And don't forget that it needs to be sprayed with lots and lots of water. If you live in a really warm environment, do it. Use one of these because the roses are actually getting a drink. Simple simple, elegant bouquet. And the other thing to remember is that when you're holding a bouquet, if you need to know how to carry it, it's not carried like that, it's carried like that, as if you were holding a champagne flute of wine that should just rest in your hand for as long as you would have a glass of champagne. Thank you for watching. I hope I've been of assistance, and I will see you another day.